Good morning, everyone. Thank you all for joining. Welcome, welcome. We're going to give a few minutes for everyone to join, get settled. While we do that, I just wanted to share with everybody, we would love to hear your questions. You can send them in the chat here on Zoom at any time, or you can go to bit.ly/school-question or scan this QR code. We want to know what is on your mind. Tell us how you're celebrating our code. Or how was your weekend? Did everybody have a good weekend? We're so excited to see you here, have you here with us through this very first early moments of our code, the best week of the year. Am I right? All righty. Hopefully we get your questions in. Send those to us anytime. I might throw in a couple of those throughout the call, throughout this live stream, and we'll definitely save some time for Q&A later at the end. So today we have something very special in store for all of you. I'm going to pause this music. We have a very special guest. He is one of our super talented curriculum content developers at Code.org. And he typically works on curriculum for grades 6 through 12 and has been working on CSP, CSC AI for English language arts, and is currently working on a computer vision model to incorporate sensors. Please join me in welcoming Erik Dillaman. Welcome, Erik. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? So good to be here. I am so excited to be able to introduce to you something amazing that we've been working on here for the Hour of Code, which is the Dance Party AI edition. So I'm going to share my screen and we are going to walk through it together. Now, if you have a computer or something that you can follow along with, that would be amazing, because as I walk through this dance party and we create some awesome beats and create some awesome moves together, you can do it on your own as well. So navigate. If you're going to follow along, go ahead and go to code.org. And when you get to the homepage, you're going to see this up at the top. The Hour of Code is here, Dance Party AI Edition. To get into the dance party, you're going to click See What's New, the teal button. And you can see we got a bunch of cool songs. We're going to definitely be hearing some of those this morning. And when you scroll down, you will see Choose Your Dance Party. And you can click this button where it says Start Dance Party AI Edition. And when I click that, it is going to bring me to a video. Let's take a look at some of that together.
Hi, my name is Mural Kadbi, and I'm a dancer, software developer, and creator of Illuminate. Computer science relates to creativity in numerous ways, immeasurable, really. I mean, once you have the ability to write software, you can put ideas into anything. I do it with light suits. There's so much you can do once you have the tools to write software, and the possibilities are really endless.
Over the next hour, you're going to get started with computer science and artificial intelligence by coding your own dance party. We've assembled some hip music and a team of great dancers for you to play with.
All right, so that's what we're going to be doing together. We're going to be creating this dance party. Whenever you get to these screens, there are going to be 10 different levels for you to navigate through. In order to navigate between them, you can use this bar at the top, or you can press this continue button down at the bottom. And that's what I'm going to do right now. So when I press that, it's going to bring me here. I need to select my age. You go ahead and do that as well. And then I'm going to click OK. It's going to bring me to a screen that looks like this. Even though you can't tell that there's a very hip dance party about to happen on the screen, it's all behind the scenes and it's ready to go. So first things first, let's take a look up at the top where it says instructions. Now, I'm going to drag this down a little bit. See the cat here, and it says add blocks to create your dancer and code them to do a new dance move. Click run to start dancing. Now, where do I begin? Well, luckily there is a pop-up right here that says start here. So that's going to give me a clue as to where to begin. I'm going to click the X to get rid of that. And I need to create a dancer. So I'm going to grab this red block that says make a new cat at center. And I'm going to drag that. I'm going to click and drag that block. And I'm going to drop it over here into where it says workspace. Now I can drop it anywhere, but in order to make the dancer appear, I need to drop it in the middle of this setup block. And when I do that, you'll notice that magically this cat appears over on the side. Now, I get it. Maybe you're not a cat person. Maybe you prefer sloths. So if you were to click this box where it says cat, you can actually select a different dancer. So in this case, I'm going to select sloth. And now over here, you'll notice that my cat is up here and he says click run to start dancing. But he also has this little light bulb above his head. So I'm going to click that and it's going to say, hey, do you want a hint? So anytime you get stuck trying to get through one of these levels, you can always click that cat and the cat will give you a hint. So it says the dancer should be the same on both blocks and the sequence is important. Because not only did I create a dancer, in this case the sloth, I need to make that sloth do a dance move. So I'm going to drag this next block over. I'm glad that I read that hint. And it says the dancer should be the same on both blocks. So I selected the sloth up here. Down here it's the cat. I need to make sure that I select sloth down here. And then this is the fun part. One of the fun parts is I get to choose all these different moves. Of course, I'm going to choose the floss because that is how I start my Monday every morning, flossing, both, with my teeth and also dancing. So let's give it a try. I'm going to click run, this orange run button over here, and let's see what happens. All right. And once 4 seconds have gone by, it's going to automatically say, yes, you passed the level. And I'm going to click this continue button to move on to the next one. All right. So let's take a look at some more about Dance Party AI Edition. Let's learn a little bit more.
Hi, my name is Joaquin, and I'm head of the music search platform at Amazon. I lead the team at Amazon Music that helps you find your favorite songs. We use advanced computer technology like artificial intelligence to make sure when you need music recommendations, we give you the perfect match. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a computer program that works like human brains. It takes a lot of data, learns patterns from the data, and makes decisions based on what it has learned. AI.
Wow. Okay. So this is what we're going to be doing then. We are going to be using this block over here, which will actually use artificial intelligence to help us make decisions about the song that we choose. And it will, based on what kind of we interpret the song to be, it's going to suggest a background that we can use that will fit the mood of the song. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read the directions again. That's always important, right? Up at the top, it says AI can help you create fun visual effects for your dance party. So connect the AI generate effect block to the setup. And you'll notice up here now I have a new block under the block section. It says generate blank effect. So I'm going to drag this over. I'm going to drop it here. And it says click on the block to get started. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hover over here and I'm going to click, and it's going to bring up our Code.org AI bot and a whole host of emojis. So we have to, based on the song that we choose, select 3 emojis that we think fit the mood. So I'm actually going to come over here and look at what songs we have available. So, I really like Lizzo. So I'm going to select Lizzo. And I can preview what that's going to sound like by pressing this play button next to it. Oh, definitely. All right. So I'm going to click here And it's going to say, based on what you heard with this song, based on the mood that you feel like the song conveys, which of these emojis do you think best fit? Well, I think that Lizzo is definitely very sparkly, so I'm going to put the sparkles in there. She's definitely a queen, and I don't know, she's kind of like, I don't know, her songs are like diamond. They go platinum diamond level, right? Like she makes the hits. So I'm going to put that, and then I'm going to click the generate button. Let's find out what happens. Right now, the brain of the AI is going through billions of combinations, trying to figure out which of these particular backgrounds that are available fit these emojis the best. And this is what it came up with right here. So I'm going to click use effect down here, and that's going to put it into my dance party. And let's click run and see what happens now. All right, we did it. Moving on to our next level. All right, we have a moose, and it says connect the AI generate effect block to setup and click on the block to get started. Very similar to what we did in the last level. So let's click on the cat here and see if it has any other tips for us or hints. Do you want a hint? Yes. Okay, it says listen to the song and think about the mood of the music. So let's choose a different one. Let's try something different. Will.i.am. All right, let's listen to that. Really electronic. It's got like a beat. All right. Oh, there's some drums. All right, let's drag this block over one more time. Remember that you can select anything that you want up here. So if you don't want a moose and you'd rather have a bear, you can select the bear. If you don't want the bear to be in the middle, you want the bear to be at the bottom, you can select where you want to position that dancer. So I'll put this bear at the bottom. And the other thing is, if you change your dancer here, we also have to remember to change our dancer here as well, so that the dancer does the dance that we ask it to. And I'm going to select, how about clap high? Let's do that. And when I click here, that Will.i.am song, I don't know, it's got a cold beat to it. It's pretty cool. It's kind of robotic, right? It's like electronic music. And what else? I don't know. Like, I'm going to select this growing plant because I feel like as the song goes, the beat is going to keep on growing and growing and growing. So let's see what happens. Right now, again, the AI is just searching through billions of combinations, trying to match the song with the emojis that I chose. And this is what it came up with. So what we're going to do is click use effect. And let's give it a try. All right, we did it again. Okay. I think we got a handle on how to use the AI block to be able to create backgrounds. So let's get a little bit more in depth then. Let's take a look at this video and find out a little bit more about how the AI works behind the scenes.
How do you think AI works? Can it read your mind? Is it magic? Is it randomly guessing? Actually, AI knows quite a lot. AI looks at billions of data points and finds associations between words with some simple math concepts applied billions of times. It calculates the strength between those associations. Then AI uses what it learned in order to make decisions on what to generate for you. My team.
All right, so there is a lot going on behind the scenes that we're not seeing. And that's okay. We are going to use this block right here, and we're gonna take a look. First of all, who likes BTS? Raise your hand if you do. I know I do. Definitely good Monday morning music. I'm gonna click run here and just take a look at what is being generated. Smooth like butter, like. All right, and you'll notice here that once I clicked run, a little message came up and it said, you need to change the effect that the AI generates. And you can either regenerate the effect, You can customize the code that it writes, or you can start over with new emojis. So that's what the directions set up here. So that when I clicked run, I wasn't able to move on to the next level because I needed to do this step first. So I'm going to click here in this box again. It already has some emojis that are selected for me. We have the chili guy, we have the wave, and we have the sparkle. Now, if I don't like what's being generated here, if I just don't think it fits the mood of the song, I can click this regenerate button on the bottom left. And that's what I'm going to do right now. And again, AI is going through all these different combinations. It's finding associations. It's making these connections. And now it has selected this amazing starburst pattern. What if I want to see what's going on in the brain behind the scenes? I can click this little graph icon in the upper right-hand corner. And when I do that, it's going to show me just peer behind the curtain a little bit to let me know some of the choices that AI was looking at and why it selected the one that it did. It's almost like voting, and AI is the one that's doing the voting in this situation. And the way that it makes these decisions is that it trains itself to select which of these backgrounds best fit these emojis based on a ton of data. And it looks at what students choose, it looks at what teachers choose, it looks at what it would choose, and it uses all of this data to say this background must be the one. So let's just go ahead and we will go back and we will say use effect right here. And now when we run it, it is smooth like butter. Those stars are popping, and we get the thumbs up to move on to the next level. So pretty fun. All right, let's take a look at some events. What is an event? Let's find out.
Hi, I'm Hannah and I'm a software engineer at Code.org. Choreographers give dancers directions on exactly when to do a dance move. In Dance Party, you'll use code to direct your dancers to move when you want them to. So how do you do this? Think of a situation where you do something, like press a doorbell, and then something else happens. The doorbell rings. When coding your dance party, you can use events to make your program respond to a key you press. For example, you can code an event in your dance, so when the up key is pressed, your dancer does a dab.
Oh boy, this is where some of the real fun begins. We get to make events, which, as Hannah explained, is when the program is listening for something to happen. And in this case, it's listening from input from you so that you actually get a say in what the dancer is doing and when they're doing it. I see that there is a question about how do we change songs. If you go up to the upper left-hand corner where it says select song, there's a drop down, and you can see that every level that we go through, this song list gets bigger and bigger and bigger. It started with 5 songs and it looks like we're up to about 20 now. And so there's lots of choices in here. If you can't find a song that you like, just wait till the next level and there's probably going to be one that gets your foot tapping. So
I'm gonna hop in there, Eric, real quick, because the
Sure.
share screen doesn't show the drop down, but when you click on it,
Oh,
you
okay.
should see all of the choices there. And as you click on them, you need to click the play button to preview it so you can hear what that song sounds like. But the next time you click run, it will play the newly selected song. Let us know if that didn't work in the chat and I'm happy to help you. Keep going.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Tanya. Yep. So, yep, if you click this, it'll come up with a list of songs, which unfortunately you weren't able to see, but there are a ton there. I promise you, give it a try. So in this situation, let's read the directions again. It says, try it out. You control the dance moves. Press run to start the song, and then press the right or left arrow to cue your dancers to move. All right, we have a couple options here. If you'll notice at the bottom of the stage, we see that there are some buttons with a left and a right button that we can click and we'll make the dancer move. Now, in our actual stage over here, you'll see that we have 2 new blocks that are green. One says when left pressed. So What do you think that means? When you press the left button, it will do what's below here. And if you press the right button, then it'll do what's below this one. So we can put different moves and assign them to different dancers. So when the left is pressed, the duck over here is going to dab. And when we press the right, the dog is going to do the star. I admit, I don't know what the star is, but I'm going to learn. I can also press the right and left key on my keyboard if I'm using a keyboard. Okay, so I'm going to click run and let's see what happens. Right, left, right, left. All right, so you can see that you can have a lot of fun with that. And this is how you basically get to help and interpret the dance and be able to have it be seen on the screen. So you are basically the dancer, you become the dancer. And again, that AI block is up here. And if you don't like the background that you see, you can click here and regenerate it. All right, I'm going to move on to the next level. And in fact, I'm going to leave the 7, 8, and 9 for you, but I want to jump to the last level. So up at the top up here, you can see I can kind of navigate through my levels here. If I go to the last bubble right here, it says Final Dance Party Project, screen 10. And in here, this is kind of a free play level. So I can essentially, like, there's going to be nothing that stops it after 4 seconds to tell me to move on to the next level. There are no instructions anymore. This is me being able to take all of what I learned and experiment and get creative with my dance moves. So again, the first thing I'm going to do is select a song at the upper left. I'm going to, oh, Encanto, We Don't Talk About Bruno. That's a good one. Can't go wrong with that. And I can preview it again if I want. We don't talk about Bruno. Okay, so you will notice, and I don't want you to get too nervous about this, but there are a lot of new blocks here. You don't need to use all of these blocks. They're just there to add variety, to add depth, to add just all the different things that you can think about. They will help you to be creative and to create the perfect music video that you want. But if you just want to focus on the blocks that you learned about in the level, you can do that as well. So here we already have an AI generating an awesome background effect, but if I wanted to change it, I could. Remember, it says, I'm going to make 12 cats, new cats in a circle. Why don't we make them, let's put them in a diamond shape behind our main dancer right here. And what if I want, I don't know, how about a shark? Let's do a dancing shark in the center. Let's put him in the, or her, I think it's a her, in the bottom left. Yeah, there we go. Now, if I preview this, this is what I'm going to see. We don't talk about Bruno. Ooh, I don't know. That might be a little too slow. How about Calvin Harris? There we go. When I met you in the summer. Good. If I want to include these events down here, I can drag out these green event blocks right here. And what if I were to put in a couple different directions here? And I can make my dancers do dances when these different keys are pressed. So there's a bend. I don't know what a bend is, but I'm going to learn. How about a clap high? And let's do a...
If your teacher allows it and you have room, I'd love to see everybody stand up and dance along with this last play.
Oh yeah. All right, cool. Let's all do it together. I will just be here dancing in solidarity with you all. Okay, here we go. When I met you in the summer, to the bend. To my heartbeat sound. We'll go to the left, get a clap high. We fell in love. Clap high. And press to the right, we're going to do applause. And we could be together, baby, as long as skies are blue. You act so innocent now. And you can see this song will play for the whole length of it. You can customize it however you want. Totally encourage you to play around. The part of the fun of computer science and using AI to create these experiences is that you get to showcase your creativity. And I can't think of a better way to spend an hour than playing around with some of these blocks over here and seeing what you can create. There is no wrong answer. Everything that you create and every visual and every dance move is your creation, and it will be amazing. So thank you so much for taking this journey with us. I love AI generated dance parties, and I can't think of a better way to start Monday. So thank you so much for following along and joining us on this.
Thank you so much for walking us through that, Erik. I hope you all enjoyed making maybe your first, maybe your 100th dance party, but it's always a great time to dance in the Monday morning. The kids want to know, what is your favorite emoji?
Ooh, what is my favorite emoji? All right. Well, I have a couple different things. In this, if I were to like select one of these emojis, I'd probably have to go for the fire, because I'm just a fan of like getting like up and moving and getting excited, and fire brings the energy. So I'm all about that fire.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm realizing we didn't hear a little bit about your background. Can you tell us, how you got to Code.org, why you care about computer science education?
Oh goodness. Okay. Well, it just so happens that like I do have maybe a little story that I can share here. So back when I was younger, my brother and I, we were products of like, there was this amazing transformative moment where this thing called the Nintendo came out, and we became convinced that we were going to like create our own video game system, and we were going to like make video games and market it and sell it. And so, well, I mean, I was like in charge of doing the programming, even though I knew nothing about programming. My brother was going to do all the electrical engineering, create the system, even though he had no idea about electrical engineering. And one Christmas, we ended up getting a Commodore 64, which was, that keyboard is what it looks like. That was the whole computer. And I was like, okay, this is it. This is my moment. I'm going to learn how to like create a video game. It's going to be amazing. And I remember going to the library and I found this book that's kind of like tucked away in the back corner. It didn't look like a lot of people had used it. It was called Creating Adventure Games on Your Computer. And I was totally stoked about that. I was like, I am going to do this. I'm going to take this home. I'm going to create the biggest adventure game according to Tim Hartnell, master gamesman. And this is what the screen looks like when you load up the Commodore 64, a little bit different than we're used to with like Windows and Mac OS and iPhones and Android and all that. And I typed in, I think maybe like 500 lines of code into the computer. And then the moment came and I pressed enter and I was like, this is my moment to shine. And I got an error and nothing happened. And at first I was a little bit discouraged, I'm not going to lie, but I think it really taught me a valuable lesson that you should never give up. If something is important to you and you're really interested in it, that you should keep on pursuing it. And so I did. I kept on pursuing. And by the time I got to middle school, I had met some other kids that were interested in programming, and we ended up creating several different games. I'm going to put that in quotation marks, games. There's certainly nothing like you would play now, but we would create them and we would upload them to, well, what was the internet back then. And so like you can still find some of them there to this day.
I love that. We got a comment in from someone saying, fun trip down memory lane. Thank you again so much for joining us, Erik. I would love to see everybody's dance parties. If you get permission from your parents or your teacher, show us your dance move. Tag us with #OurCode. Let's see what you create and have fun this week. Thanks, everybody.